Stared at a clock and it completely froze. The universe just buffered and you weren't supposed to notice. I'm a 28-year-old man, and that exact terrifying sensation became my reality when I inherited my estranged uncle's estate. The will left me a decaying manor, but the basement vault holds a blood-soaked secret they died to keep hidden. House itself was a sprawling, rotting monolith tucked away in the deepest woods of Oregon, covered in creeping moss and smelling heavily of damp earth and old rot. My wealthy cousin Marcus, who had spent his entire life being groomed to take over the family fortune, was absolutely furious that our uncle left the property to me instead of him. Cornered me on the porch the day I arrived, wearing a $1,000 suit and looking down his nose at me like I was garbage, telling me I was nothing but a broke loser who would ruin the family legacy. He threatened to tie me up in lawsuits until I was completely bankrupt if I did not sign the deed over to him immediately. I felt completely suffocated by his power, his endless resources, and my own empty bank account. Instead of backing down, I locked the front door and decided to explore the house before his lawyers could intervene. The main floors were filled with broken furniture and dust ports, but when I forced open the heavy oak door leading to the sub-basement, the air turned instantly freezing. At the very back of the cellar, hidden behind a false wall of crumbling brick, I discovered a massive steel bank vault door. It was stained with a dark, reddish-brown substance that made my stomach turn. Spent 3 sleepless nights teaching myself how to crack the heavy mechanical dial lock, using a stethoscope and pure stubborn determination. When the heavy bolts finally clicked open, and the door swung wide, my flashlight beam illuminated a room that made my blood run completely cold. It was a meticulously organized archive of corporate corruption, blackmail letters, and signed confessions detailing how Marcus and his father had illegally cut off dozens of relatives, falsified land records, and covered up multiple environmental disasters that ruined local communities. The stains on the door were from the previous investigator who had mysteriously disappeared years ago. Marcus thought he was entirely untouchable, an elite titan who could crush me with a single phone call. Did not reply to his aggressive text messages or his lawyer's formal letters. Instead, I quietly packed 2 duffel bags full of the original letters and drove straight to the federal prosecutor's office. When the state police and federal agents raided Marcus's corporate headquarters a week later, his entire arrogant world completely imploded. The courts froze all of his assets, his legal firm dissolved overnight, and he is currently facing decades in a federal penitentiary. Tried to buy his way out, but you cannot bribe a federal judge when the paper trail is that damning. I completely took away his unearned power, and I did it by refusing to be intimidated by his wealth. Never let a corrupt bully convince you that you're powerless, because sometimes the quietest person in the room is the one holding the keys to the entire vault.